Chapter 6, goal setting. First of all, your goals should be specific. Study more, study harder, be better at school, be a better student. Those aren't goals as much as they're aspirations. A goal should be more like study at least 10 hours a week, increase my grade point average by so much. They should be focused on a result or an action, not a sort of attribute that you have. Just be specific. Get an A here, get a B there, win this and this contest. Those are goals. Here again, like I said, definitely watch the 6 months being a better you video, but break down your goals. Having big goals is good. Like, for example, let's say your goal is to get an A in English. Awesome, but there's a path to that. So you gotta have goals for how much you're studying, what you're focusing on, and when you're doing this and that, and then for each test and stuff. Each test is a goal. Get an A here, get an A there. So each big goal, you have to put into smaller goals, and you gotta have a strategy for achieving that. How are you gonna make sure that this one paper gets an A? And like I said, if you fail at that, you still haven't failed at the overall goal, so you can still reach that goal. Do not be discerned by small tests. And then set deadlines. Some deadlines are set for us, like turning in a paper. Some deadlines you have to set ourselves, like finishing chapters. And so that's why I said Notion is really good, because you can have all of your subjects and then you can figure out, I have these 5 subjects, I have these and these goals and all of those. How do I align this and make time for them? And that's why I also say to be flexible, because honestly, each subject probably won't take the same amount of time. But if you time yourself, figure out like how long it takes to learn a chapter here and learn a chapter there, you can figure out how much time you should allot for each subject. A lot of your goals should probably be SMART goals, which are specific, which we talked about, measurable, which they usually are, achievable, which they are if you have enough confidence. No, but seriously though, if you suck at PE like me, you don't have to have A as a goal. You can, but just know that it'll take a lot of time, dedication. You gotta see what is worth it to you. I don't even want to use the word achievable. I know we have to because it's a SMART goal, but don't think achievable, but think worth it, willing to sacrifice that much for it. Like, are you willing to change your whole diet and lifestyle for an A in PE? If you are, great, then it's achievable. If you're not, then it's kind of not achievable because you're not into it. Is it relevant? Again, most of these goals probably will be, but like, if we're talking about studying, kissing Brad in the other class isn't relevant. I mean, I'll support you. What is relevant to your goals as a person? And time bound, which again, probably will be. And when it comes to goals, this is something I also wish I was a little bit better at. Celebrate milestones. When you like reach a very significant goal, like let's say you get your first A in math, celebrate that. Reward yourself. So whether that's with a little vacation, a day off, an ice cream, a new shirt, whatever floats your boat, go for it. Like, you've earned it. When you achieve big goals, don't just be like, okay, on to next one, but actually be like, I did that. And again, reflect and adjust. And I think we talked a lot about that. Just see what's working, what's not, what's worth it, what's not. Just move on. Chapter 7, nailing chats, oral exams, and presentations. Again, with presentations, confidence is key. Before you go into a room, be like, I'm the best. I know more about this than anyone in the world. No one in the history of the entire universe has ever known as much about this as I do. You gotta have the confidence of a blacked out frat boy when you go into presentations, like, yeah, bro, I did that. What did you do? A keg stand? Try to kiss a girl who wasn't into you? Whatever you did, you still felt like you succeeded, you know? That's what you do. Just like, you know what? I'm just the best. I truly am the best. How does this happen? I don't know. It's just all of a sudden I have the knowledge of everything in the world. Do whatever you have to do that. If you gotta get your hair done, if you gotta spend 3 hours on makeup, or shaving your beard or whatever, getting the little Seneca crane, whatever you gotta do it. Because confidence is just gonna carry us the way to success. So be confident and like hype yourself up. I listen to music, I sing, I like look in the mirror, I'm like, yas, do that. Like, do whatever you gotta do. You gotta get hyped and you gotta think that you're better than everyone in the entire world. Even if you know nothing, this is not the time to be hard on yourself at all. When you're about to go do something like this, a presentation, oral exam, or chat about a subject, that is not the time to be like, oh, I should have studied harder. That's the time to be delulu. And here you also have to visualize your success, visualizing you going into the room, being like, hey, it's me, Zoe Robertson. Everyone's like, oh my God, hi. And you're like, hi, let me teach you everything you wish you knew. And they're like, yes. And you teach them and they're like, oh my God, you changed my worldview. You're not just an A student, you should be a leading professor. Like, just visualize success, okay? Visualize you remembering everything you're supposed to say, pointing at things, making jokes, everyone's laughing at the right time, everything's going swell. And then when we get into the room, this is important, and I won't compromise on any of these things, no matter who you are. Talk about this in the confidence video too. If you don't have confidence, if these things make you uncomfortable, well, this is your fake it till you make it. This is how you get confidence. First of all, introduce yourself. Hi, Zoe Robertson. To everyone in the room. Hi, my name is Zoe Robertson. When you do this, you have to have good posture. You have to smile talk. That's what journalists do to increase the like and trust factor. Firm handshake. If you give me a dead fish, I will smack you with a dead fish even though I don't eat fish. Hi, Zoe Robertson. That's how it's done. If you don't do this, then no one respects you. We have ethos, pathos, and logos. Pathos you can get by making jokes or appealing to sensitive subjects, whatever. Logos you can do by basically just knowing the subject, but ethos is respect. In a situation like this, if no one knows who you are, or if they only know that you're a good student or whatever, you have to immediately create an ethos by being confident, by being well-dressed, well-groomed, by being friendly, by being polite, and by being authoritative. But not in a superior way, but just in a very, very, I'm confident. This is a great situation for me. I'm actually very excited to show you what I've learned. And just smiling, having good posture, and a firm handshake. And if you don't know how to give a firm handshake, then you better go practice. Because honestly, I remember I had a doctor, like my doctor was sick. I had another doctor and he shook my hand with this like weak little boy handshake, and I was like, I do not trust this man. And I didn't even feel like he was a doctor. I just felt no respect for him, no trust, no like, no trust factor. I was just a little bit like disturbed. I was like, he has no confidence, and he didn't look me in the eye either. And that's the thing too, eye contact. And like I said, you may not have any confidence at all and hate looking people in the eyes. Guess what? Now you're acting. Now you're someone else. You're gonna look people dead center in the eye. Not all the time. That's creepy. That's a sociopath sign. But shift eye contact as you look through the room. Now I'm looking at my presentation. Now I'm looking at teacher. Now I'm looking at her. Now I'm looking at him. And silently them. Oh my God, this is so fun. It's a must, okay? Because confidence. If you're not confident about what you're saying, then no one else is confident about what you're saying either, okay? Okay, when someone asks you a question, let's say you're in a chat. I call them chats because I don't know what they're called in English. The thing where you're sitting with a teacher and they're quizzing you on the subject verbally. So let's say they ask you a question about Napoleon and you don't really remember the answer. Don't think like this. Am I guilty of doing this? A lot, yeah, obviously, but I try to be very conscious about it, like in interviews and stuff. But if you're like, instead be like, that's a good question. Think quietly, because when you're saying, you sound dumb. I do it a lot, makes me sound dumb. It is less than ideal. It is a lot better to just be quiet, so it looks like you're reflecting. You're really thinking the question through. If you're saying, you're stalling like an idiot, but if you're quiet, you're thinking like a philosopher. Another good way to get around this is when you get questions that you really, really know. Talk about those, but don't just talk about that. See, okay, how can I move from this question where I know the answer through all of these hoops of lots of different subjects that I also know so that the teacher doesn't have to interrupt me and give me a new question. Let's say you have knowledge about 50% of the curriculum. That's pretty good. If you talk about the 50% for 20 minutes, it almost sounds like you have a grasp of 100%. But if you're answering a question, getting another like this, there is a 50% chance that you'll get questions that you don't know the answer to. That's why learn to swim through the hoops. Practice that. Practice moving from one subject to another as seamlessly as possible. Think like, okay, if they'll ask me about this, I can do that. And if they talk about that, then I can go into that, and I can do that, and da. Chapter 8, nailing written exams and quizzes. Again, visualize, leave confidence, all of this, you get the drill, and prioritize comfort. In the other one, with oral exams, people see you, gotta wear a blazer, but the thing with written exams is that no one sees you and it's anonymous. So while I would never recommend to show up in sweatpants because I think that will diminish your efforts, because it does statistically, you can still wear a hoodie to feel better, and just in layers. You don't know the temperature, and it's good to have layers so you can take on and off. And you know, like, I would put my hair up. Do I look like a potato right now? Maybe, but who's gonna see that? So bring enough scrunchies, hair ties, whatever. Bring chapstick, bring hand lotion. All of these things can actually ruin your exam if your lips are so dry and you're thinking about your dry lips the whole time. Bring enough fluids, bring enough food, bring the food and drinks that you want. I always bring Coke Zero, energy drinks, but also water to balance it out. A lot of people bring grapes and sandwiches. I just bring a bunch of chocolate bars usually, and then some bread-based thing, and I'm just like eating to get my energy levels up. I take small naps. Whatever you need, do it. Also, rather than studying the night before, sleep the night before. That's gonna help you a lot more. And I always get to a point the day before where I'm like, no, I'm done studying. You can feel that you're getting kind of tired, and like when you're at that point, all the other studying will be useless. It's much better to let it go and let your brain just study on its own, like take in everything you read. But if you don't let your brain get to that point, then you'll actually lose vital studying time, kind of, where your subconscious is doing a lot of important work categorizing everything you've learned. When you're having a quiz or several questions, whatever it is, if you get to something you don't know, don't ponder it, save it for last. First of all, it can ruin the whole vibe. Like if question number 1, you're like, I don't know this, you'll be like, oh, I don't know anything, I don't know. And you'll waste time thinking about it too. Instead, just move on to question 2. If you have to, move on to question 3. And then often when you're doing these, not only will your confidence increase when you're writing what you know, but also questions are often linked. So actually the answer you're looking for might be in question 4. When you're writing, you're like, oh, wait, this is the answer to question 1. Like, it'll loosen you up, but also open you up for knowledge. And then sometimes the teachers will just, by accident, kind of reveal the answers of earlier questions. So if you get something you don't know, don't stress it, and don't push anything in an exam. An exam should be natural until you get the last 2 hours and you're just cramming and just panicking. But at the beginning, level-headed, confident. Oh, I don't seem to remember that. Moving on. Another thing we talked about in my How to Change Your Life in 6 Months video is prioritizing self-care, and that is chapter 9. Like I said there, no matter how much you have to study, no matter how much you have to work out, you can't just skip your face routine. You still have a face. You can't stop moisturizing. And even though it's winter time, you gotta use sunscreen. I have makeup on, but more importantly, I have sunscreen on. You know, you have to take care of yourself. All of this studying is kind of useless if you're just falling apart. Trust me, it won't end well if you're just studying, neglecting all of your needs and not treating yourself like a person you love. Eventually you'll hit a wall, or hit the wall rather. You have to remind yourself that you are important, and that also increases your confidence and your comfort level, and all of this, and makes studying better too. So a couple of tips is, first of all, just as with the exam, in everyday life too, prioritize sleep. Like 7 to 9 hours a day is the sweet spot. Stay hydrated. When we're not hydrated, we lose focus. Eating healthy is good because not only does it actually make you feel better, but it also makes you feel like you love and respect yourself. Which is why I should start doing it at some time, you know? And moving your body, like physical activity, is actually really, really helpful and important. It makes you happier and it reduces stress. Like, I I'm not that good at always getting in physical activity, but in exam season, I'm actually really good at it. In exam season, the only thing that can truly clear my mind is doing yoga. And in general, if I'm like super stressed at work or whatever, I'll take a walk and it actually helps. Sometimes you just need to like, just do something else, move your body, get out of your head. Mindfulness meditation is also really good. And like I said, I think visualization, remember, like when you're working really hard, just remembering why, you know, but also mindfulness and meditation for just emptying your head. Again, getting out of your head. Some of us live too much in that little box and it's telling. Having hobbies, I guess, is also pretty good. You need to do something else. Like I said, your mind needs to do things subconsciously as well. Plus, you gotta be like a whole person, not just a robot. You gotta be a person. To be a person, you also have to have hobbies and things you like to do where you indulge yourself. And I think dressing for yourself too. So if you feel better, if you have your hair and makeup done, then absolutely get up an hour earlier to do your hair and makeup, you know? And if you feel better when you don't have makeup on, I feel better filming with makeup. I don't feel better working with makeup, so I do my makeup to film and I don't do my makeup to work unless I have a vibe where I want to wear makeup, then I do. Doing what makes you feel comfortable. So if that is like dressing for the job you want, then also do that. If you feel like getting up every day and wearing a suit, then be my guest. But whatever you're doing should make you feel smarter, prettier, should make you feel more successful, more ready to tackle the day. It shouldn't make you feel confined or uncomfortable or fake or like you're not respecting yourself, you know? It's never even worth it. If you feel like getting your nails done and buying a new purse will make you feel more confident at school and you have a job, then do that. And anyone who says, oh, that's wasted money, you shouldn't do that, they're wrong, because it's your life and you're the only person who knows what is right and not for your life. If that purse is gonna get you the confidence you need to nail a presentation, then get the damn purse. This is your time to be the person you want to be. And every semester, every period after break, every new school year is a time to reinvent yourself and become more and more like your ideal person and the ideal you. And no one can tell you who that is except for you. Chapter 10, community. First of all, don't hesitate to reach out to ask your professors for help or clarity. It's their job, they're getting paid. And you know, like TAs and classmates as well, just ask them, like you're in a community and it's hard to remember when you're the one asking for help, but getting asked for help is actually a good feeling. It makes you feel respected, makes you feel intelligent, makes you feel valued. So go on. Forming study groups helps a lot of people as well. Study groups are good. It helps you get other perspectives and helps you get focused. It's kind of like it's easier for a lot of people, not me personally because I'm an introvert, but for most people, it's easier going to the gym if you have a gym buddy. It's kind of like that. And just as I said, ask people for help, also offer help. And this is good for both of you. Like helping other people, it's very nice and they get help and that's good, but also helping other people study has a lot of the time been really good for my studying as well, helping me formulate things and see how much I actually know and how to like, basically when a classmate asks you a question, you answer that question, it's kind of like practicing answering a test. Also, the great thing about a lot of countries, not Norway, but a lot of other countries, is being able to be in clubs and organizations. This is super, super good for your resume, but it's also good for you personally and for being social and just doing something else. So whether that's like debate club, football team, amnesty, whatever it is, chess club, movie club, go for it. Just meet other people who have your similar interests. It's fun to be able to hang out with people who like the thing you do and then also sometimes like work on yourself. Also for community, definitely join my study streams. And if you have any questions, you can either this is the best, comment on a YouTube video because I always have my YouTube app on, or you can slide into my DMs on Instagram, but that'll take a little bit longer because I'm not always on Instagram because it's a bit of a toxic app. And I'll definitely give you an answer within like a couple of weeks, which is at Zoe Robertson. But yeah, study streams, YouTube comments, go for it. Let's just study together and make each other better. And that's study related questions, but also other questions. I have the Everything I Know podcast, so maybe I'll make an episode about whatever you ask me about if I know it. Am I mainly a nerd? Yes, but I do actually know a lot of other stuff as well. I already have a video on how to use social media without getting depression or anxiety, and on narcissists, how to deal with a narcissist. So, and to learn more about how to get friends and to thrive socially in a school setting, check out my complete guide to confidence. That being said, I wish you so much luck and I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.